welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Sharon. So for today's video, I'm going to talk about books. So for the longest time ever, I've been a reader. I've loved reading novels. I was that girl who used to get in trouble in high school for reading the novels like on your lap and the teacher is over there teaching. So okay, as time has progressed, I have not been reading as much as I'd like to, obviously because of school and enjoyment and so many other factors. But I do have a collection of books that I really love, and those are the books I'm going to talk about today. And so for this video, I'm going to talk about my 10 favorite books of all time. But you should know that they're not in any order. It's just how I read the books. Okay, yeah. So let's get right into it. So for my first favorite book is The Secret Garden. I know it's a classic. So for this book, I read it when I was in primary school and I absolutely loved it. So for most girls have watched the movie The Secret Garden. It's about this girl who, okay, I can't really remember the story because it's been a while, but it's about a girl who, she moves into a new place and obviously she has a hard time fitting in, and then she gets this key, and the key is to the secret garden, and when she goes there, she meets so many animals. She sees so many animals and they become like her friends and everything, and it's so whimsical. So I really loved this book when I was in primary school. I remember when I read it, I wanted to like go outside and like be in a garden and just be happy outside as a kid. So that is my first favorite book. So my next favorite book is Little Women, another classic. I know guys are not like big fans of classics, but okay, I'm also not a big fan of classics because they tend to be so long and boring. But I love Little Women. I read Little Women also when I was in primary school, and I didn't even know it was a classic, and I loved it so much because I don't know, I loved it. Okay, so Little Women is about it's written by Louisa May Alcott. She's amazing. And it's about this family of, girls. There are 4 girls. I only remember Jo because Jo is my favorite. Okay, there's Jo and Bear, and I don't really remember the other sisters, but there were 4 of them, and I loved Jo so much because she had this passion for reading. She loved to write, and she eventually becomes a writer. And for me, that was just like, damn, I really love that about her. So that's my thing. I actually read Little Women, and it's still amazing. I still love it, and I still loved it as a kid, and I still love it as an adult. So that's my second favorite book. So for my 4th book, it's P.S. I Love You by Cecilia Ahern. Cecilia Ahern is an Irish writer, and she is amazing. She's hilarious, first of all, and her storylines are so unique. Like all her storylines, I'm like, how do you even get these ideas? So for P.S. I Love You, I read this book right after I finished class 8, and it just blew my mind. I loved it so much because the book is about this girl, this lady. Her name is Holly, and she was married. Then her husband passes away, but he leaves her 10 letters. I think there were 10. I'm not sure. And these letters, she has to open them every month after his passing. And basically, like the whole point was to help her move on after he passes. And it's so beautiful. Man, you will cry after you read this book. It was amazing, and I loved it so much. And I love Cecilia Ahern. I've read a bunch of her other books, like Where Rainbows End, and it's hilarious. It's so funny. Like most of her books, I love her books because they're really funny, but her plot lines are also on point, really good. And for my other book, my 4th favorite book, the one, the only, the amazing Harry Potter series. Come on, everyone who's met me, or everyone who's a reader, or even the whole world knows Harry Potter. Harry Potter is amazing. So for Harry Potter, I encountered the books. Let's say, you know how in primary school, like you'd see someone with a book and then you borrow the book and then you read. I didn't really read them consistently, but I knew I was reading Harry Potter and I watched the movies. But then after high school, I got to read the whole series at a go. I read the first book, the second book, the third book, the 4th book, the 5th book, the 7th, and oh my god, J.K. Rowling is amazing, of course. That's why she's the best-selling author of all time. Because, okay, Harry Potter, everyone knows about Harry Potter. he's this orphaned child who lives with his mean uncle and auntie and cousin, and then he gets to go to wizard school because he's a wizard himself, and he meets these amazing friends, Ron and Hermione, and God damn it, I really loved Harry Potter. I love Ron. Ron is amazing. His family is amazing. He's the best supporting character of all time, according to me. Yeah, and also for Harry Potter, like as the books progress, it kind of changes. I've read the Sorcerer's Stone. It's the first book. I've read it like I don't know how many times. I've read it a lot, but the other books I've read them like once. And when you get deep into the book, when you get like into book 5 and book 6, I met my favorite character in book 5, and her name is Luna. You guys don't even know who Luna is in Harry Potter, but she was my favorite. She was amazing. I loved her. I loved her. So for my fifth book, it's called The 13th Tale by Diane Setterfield. And at this point of my reading life, I'd already carved out a niche for myself. The books I couldn't read. I couldn't read like some romance novels, like those sappy books. The one with the cover with this hot guy with the longest hair, which doesn't even make sense. With a chick, a damsel in distress in his arms. I couldn't just read such books. So I began reading more serious books, according to me. So for the 13th tale, it was just amazing. I really enjoyed this book. The book is about this woman. She's a writer, and she has to write a biography about another woman who is also a writer. And the moment, for me, if you include a writer or people who love books in books, it's a plus for me. It's like the cherry on top of the cake. So for this book, this woman, this writer, has to go and live with this other writer. Because for writing a biography, she has to tell you, to narrate her story. That's not going to take 2 hours. It's going to take several days, weeks even, to actually get a manuscript. So she has to go and live with this woman. And so when she goes to live with this woman, the house actually, houses. I love books that houses, books that have houses that have this haunted vibe. So that's the kind of vibe the book had, because it's dark and the house is haunted. The house is haunted. That was amazing for me. The house was haunted, and and for her as a writer, she has to come to terms with her past. That's the gist of the book, really. And I really enjoyed this book. I love books that have books. Even you get I love books that talk about loving books that talk about writers, and this book was just that. So that's my 5th favorite book. My other favorite book is A Garden of Shadows by V.C. Andrews. V.C. Andrews is dark. She is her writing is amazing, but she her books are dark. She writes stories that are just woman, what? So A Garden of Shadows just blew my mind. I legit could not let go of that book. I went in high school how you carry books around everywhere. I wasn't leaving that book behind. And take it to me for supper. I'd read it during prep time. I read it during bedtime. I read it continuously because it was so amazing. I loved it so much. So the story, the basis of the story is that beauty can be an asset, but it can also be a liability. So so the book starts with this woman. I even remember her name. Her name is Olivia, and Olivia was not the prettiest pea in the pod. So she didn't have many suitors knocking on her door until this guy shows up. At this point in her life, she was around 21, and they knew each other for 3 days, and he takes her away and he marries her, and her life completely changed. It just completely changed, and the man turned out to be different. And as the life progressed, she faced so many hardships. yeah, basically that's what I don't want to give you guys any spoilers or anything. So yeah, so like A Garden of Shadows, if you love like dark books, you should read BC Andrews. She also has another book called Flowers in the Attic. Wow, it's amazing. I love it. Yeah, so BC Andrews is one of my favorite authors. I love her. Okay, yeah. And then for my 7th book, this is going to sound a little bit amateur, but I cannot talk about this author. I'm talking about my favorite books. So The Fault in Our Stars by John Green. Hold your comments and just hear me out. As I said, I love books about books, and The Fault in Our Stars is a book about a girl who loves to read, basically. Yeah. Okay, I know she's sick, she has all that illness, and there's this trope, this romance thing with this guy, which is, I'm not for it. For The Fault in Our Stars, first of all, John Green is an amazing writer. Off the charts. John Green is amazing. I've read almost all his books. I've read Looking for Alaska. Looking for Alaska is amazing. I've read An Abundance of Catherines, which is also a book about love, the love of books. Okay, John Green is nerdy and he loves science, and I love that about him. So for The Fault in Our Stars, I really enjoyed the book. The movie is incredible because Shailene Woodley is Jesus, she's amazing. So the movie was incredible, but so was the book, and I love John Green. And if I was going to talk about, I can't. In all his books, it's either The Fault in Our Stars or Looking for Alaska. So I couldn't really choose, so I had to push The Fault in Our Stars because it's the most popular. Yeah, so that's my 7th favorite book. Then for my 8th book, it's called Life Saving for Beginners by Ciara Gerati. Yeah, I think that's how you pronounce her name. She's an Irish writer. Irish writers, Irish women especially, are so funny. Her book is hilarious. I read that book and I just kept laughing because it's really funny. So the story is amazing also. The story is told by 2 different perspectives. So there's the part of the woman, her name is Kat. She's a writer. As I said, I love books about writers. I love stories about writers. So she's a writer, and the other perspective is from a boy. His name is Milo. And as you progress with the book, their lives come to meet. Yeah, that's what the book is about. And it's amazing. The writing is beautiful. It's incredibly funny. So for my 9th book, it's called The Shadow in the Wind by Carlos Ruiz Zafón. He's a Spanish writer. So the books, it's a trilogy. I think there are 3. Yeah, and obviously I've read the first book only because, as I said, enjoyment. But for the first book was hands down incredible. I've read it thrice. It's so good. So the book is about this is the ultimate book about books, because the book is about storytellers, writers, and bookkeepers and readers. So the book is about this boy. His name is Daniel. His father is a bookkeeper. So he basically grows up around books and around the incredible world of reading. So he obviously loves reading himself. So when he was a really young boy, he was tiny, he was 6, he's taken to a cemetery. It's this place, it's called the Cemetery of Forbidden Books, and this place has the most exclusive books ever, and he has the privilege to be taken there by his father. And when he's taken there, he was told to choose one book by his dad, and so he picks out this book, and he loved he read it pop. And he loved the book, he fell in love with the story, and he fell in love with the author. And then after some time he realizes that the book, this particular book, someone is actually going around burning the copies. And it just it opens up this whole mysterious other world about the writer and about Daniel himself. And he grows up, we see him as he grows up and has a family, as he's still trying to figure out this mystery of the guy who's burning the books. It's incredible. I've read it thrice, so that says a lot about the book. Yeah. So the last book is Lolita by Vladimir Nabokov. I'm not sure I pronounced that name right, but he's a Russian American writer, and this book is so controversial, guys, that it actually got banned in the 50s. And but you know, if you ban something, it's going to become more popular. So it gained popularity, and now it is the book that it is at the moment. So, I, Lolita. Okay, Lolita is about the protagonist's name is called Humbert, and this guy like is obsessed, sexually obsessed with a 12-year-old girl, and his obsession is so intense that he finds a way and actually becomes her stepfather. So yeah, you guys just go and read it. The writing is beautiful, it is poetic, and it's so funny. Like that guy is, you know, like the point is he's trying to justify where he's coming from, and it's hilarious to like hear him tell the story from his point of view. So yeah, I enjoyed that book. It's weird because obviously it's about a pedophile, and you know that is going to raise so many flags, but I think it's beautiful. It's a work of art, really. That's all I can say. So yeah. So guys, that's it. That's my list. Those are my 10 favorite books. You should totally check them out. They are amazing. So guys, share, like, subscribe, comment down below on any recommendations of books you'd like me to check out. And if you've actually read the books that I've mentioned, you can comment down below and say what you thought about them, and if you agree with how I feel about them. So yeah, thank you and bye bye. See you next time.